There is such big news at the end of this live letter, specifically talking about the final boss of the Deep Dungeon with the offering system that completely allows you to customize your combat experience, that I needed to say this at the start, that this is not a standard live letter, and that there is genuinely the offering system that I think will actually warp Final Fantasy XIV's design in the future. Like, I don't, because this is a live letter summary video, I don't want to go too into depth here, but definitely check that out. This is not a standard live letter. Like, this offering system is incredibly huge, and I will be making a separate video on it, but just be aware this is a totally different live letter, but they dropped it right at the end, so that's why I'm editing this in at the start. This is actually a very big deal. If this is successful, Final Fantasy XIV's combat design may literally completely be changed forever, and that is not an understatement. This is crazy to see this system, but yeah, check out that later at a later timestamp. Getting to the patch notes now. Hey guys, welcome to my quick summary to patch 7.3's letter from the producer live. Patch 7.3 is going to be launching on Tuesday, August 5th, so pretty soon. Dawntrail story is going to wrap up this patch, and then after that we're going to be moving on to a brand new story arc after this patch. Making that super clear because I know a lot of viewers have unfortunately not resonated well with Dawntrail story, so patch 7.4 and beyond will be preparing us for expansion 8.0 and beyond. Patch 7.3's story, however, will include the brand new dungeon Meso terminal and then the new trial that they kept hidden for now, but they did state that there will be 2 tomes per Clear of the Extreme. Occult Crescent also got a few updates that they want to talk about before they got into the 7.3 content. So firstly, a new instance will always be created when entering as 24-player group. Then the weather to enter the Fork Tower will happen 5 minutes after arriving as the group. The weather, in addition, will not happen in any instance while a critical encounter is happening. The instance will not be able to be entered by anyone else if you queue in as that 24-player group for 10 minutes after entering the instance, ensuring no portal sniping. A minimum of 24 players must now use Sanguinite ciphers to enter, and it is now possible to check Sanguine ciphers and see if you are qualified to enter or if you lost. So, in summary, everyone now needs 1 cipher to enter if you go in as a group, and you don't really need to worry about being portal sniped. Hallelujah for that. The final change to the Occult Crescent is now treasure coffers from persistent pots and happy bunnies will always contain enlightenment gold pieces or silver pieces now. Moving on, we're talking about new alliance raid, the second installment, the Sandoria, which is going to be the second walk, and having its footage play in the background, and I'm going to just show it. I've been showing it most of the video. The biggest things, aside from the gameplay that they showed, were rewards, having orchestra and music scrolls change a little bit. So you're going to get 3 scrolls from the second boss, 3 from the third boss, and then a total of 6 from the fourth boss. So 12 total through the entire Alliance raid. So lots of music's going to drop, and then they also showed the glamour sets, which are pretty cute. Now PvP, before you click off, you can now thankfully queue into casual matches with another player, so you don't need to queue snipe your friends as much, thankfully. You're still going to need to do it a bit. They have said that they are considering, they're not promising, but considering queuing up to 4 players in the future. To me, that'd be really big. Next is the Purify PvP action has been reworked to now only be 4-second cooldown timer, but now consume 2500 MP per use and a slightly shorter duration of 2 seconds. They then were showcasing the new PvP map, the Bayside Battleground, which has been playing in the background footage during the PvP section. PvP Series 9 is going to begin, and that means that if you haven't got a series rank 25 for the mechanical mount in this current series, you're going to miss out when patch 7.3 hits. For PvP, they added 2 new ranks at the very end, Omega and Ultima. They said they did this just to help make it a little easier to matchmake people for more fun, more enjoyable games. Brand new rewards have been added for PvP, which include these casual glamour sets, which I actually love these sets. I am so happy to see them. I am definitely picking them up. I am absolutely going to be adding them to my glamour arsenal. You guys, if you've ever seen me in game, you know that I'm actually rocking these sets. I friggin' love them. I really just hope Rothgar can use the hats. Please make it so I can. I really want the backwards hat still. Oh my god, I love it so much. Okay, I have a type. I like it. I like the kind of douchebag gym bro look. I can't help it. They then showed off the new treasure map vault, the ONEIRON, which the footage is going to be in the background for ONEIRON. You get more rewards if the machines all have the same reward icon, less if they don't match. Then they showed some of the rewards, and there's also going to be new crafter and gatherer gear. And you know what? I gotta say, I absolutely fucking love the blue Rothgar set, and the crotch lantern to light up my balls is iconic and meme-worthy, but also aesthetically pleasing, so I love this set a lot. Also, like, Rothgars can use the hood. Thank you. Like, holy shit, like, I'm so happy about that. Hold the phone, the dev team is actually cooking with this new deep dungeon. I say this as someone who has said that I got phantom allergies from the idea of spamming Broil in Eureka Orthos 2.0. I actually listened to this with an open heart and an open mind to the live letter, and I think the developers are actually cooking here. This actually sounds great. But just for the memes, I'm going to show the Phantom Pain meme here. Yeah, that was me before, like, actually listening to the live letter. I think this actually looks so good. So this is going to be called Pilgrim's Traverse. They made a strong effort to make this content for as many players as possible, including lore players. So the lore of Pilgrim's Traverse is going to be the Fairy King, Fael-Ul, who is a badass from Shadowbringers, wants to take us on and search the remnants of the Church of First Light in Il-Smeg. And so this is going to give us a lot more lore on Il-Smeg, the Fairy King, and obviously the first is still going to have sin users on it from the Flood of Light. This is actually awesome. As a huge Shadowbringers enjoyer, I enjoyed this lore and Fael-Ul a lot. Requirements to enter is going to be to clear floor 50 of Palace of the Dead and then complete the Endwalker main story quest line, so not even Dawntrail. So this deep dungeon is getting a few noteworthy changes compared to previous ones. Firstly, the difficulty, they are going back to heaven on high levels. They are also going to be paying strong attention to avoid one-shots on earlier floors, but later floors are expected to be more difficult. So don't be like, oh my god, the last floor one-shot me. Well, what do you think would happen on the deeper floors? But they are also allowing you to enter with a fixed or matched party at any floor, so no longer are you going to be tethered to like the same people, so it's a lot more lenient for sure. I think that's a huge quality of life. Also, party knockouts will allow you to try again from floor 31, 51, and 71, so you aren't going to be completely knocked back to the first floor if you're wiped. Then at floor 99, you're going to be fighting one big final boss in order to reach the end of the deep dungeon, and you can queue in to fight just explicitly this floor 99 boss completely separate from the rest of the deep dungeon. Just queue directly into just this floor boss, and you can do that outside the tower. Although I have to say, the final boss is literally death by a bottoming accident. Sir, how did they die? Oh my god, a bottoming accident. Very tragic, you see, quite horrible. So this boss can drop valuable rewards on rare occasions. They said, I think it's one of the rewards. It's probably the mossy plant that you're going to see with the different colors. It's super cute. And so they started showing the actual overarching rewards, which comes in a few layers. First major reward is going to be Luminous Oil, which can be exchanged for rewards and is obtained from clearing floor 20. You get 7 for clearing floor 20, 8 for clearing floor 50, and 10 for clearing floor 100. Then you're going to be having Pieces of Blessed Hoard. You get 2 of them for clearing floor 30, and then 3 for clearing floor 70. Cutting it off there, but I can say I'm very excited for this. I think that they actually cooked with this. I'm genuinely excited for it, which is amazing because I literally said that I was getting phantom allergies from thinking about this. You know what? I'm happy to be wrong. Now, if you thought the cooking was over, it is not, because, oh my god, I just heard the craziest shit ever. So the current dev team is now warping the game in the best way possible, and I'm not exaggerating. Holy shit, this is actually not, like, this might literally be the thumbnail of my video because this is just fucking so cool. So, details of why I say that is the final boss, they took steps further in what they call the final verse quantum. So that's harder difficulty for the content, I suppose quantum is what they mean here. So it has incredibly unique mechanics here. So the offerings are given to you. So, or there's a new item called offerings that are given to you from a level 100 quest, or floor 100 quest. I apologize, sorry, I'm actually just like out of my mind, like going, holy shit, this is so cool. But floor 100, you get a quest, you get 40 offerings. You consume offerings only after you successfully defeat the boss and open the treasure coffer. You can challenge this with up to 4 players, and Party Finder can be used. You exchange a minimum of 15 offerings, minimum 15, to fight the boss. Once you complete that floor 100 quest, you get 40 of those offerings. So, you get more offerings by opening accursed hoards. You can actually sell these on the market board, which I see as a huge guild-making opportunity. There are going to be a total of 5 different types of offerings, each with a different effect. You can use up to 8 of each type for a total of 40 offerings if you want to truly buff the boss. And I said buff the boss. So depending on how hard you want to make the boss, you offer more offerings. The actual boss mechanics also will change depending on the total number of offerings made. So it's not just stat boosts. Like if you look at the slides, you might be like, oh, is it just HP? No, it's not. It's actually the mechanics. And they even said during the live letter that apparently there's going to be mechanics at an ultimate level. Like if I understood what they said correctly, holy shit. Like I'm gonna have to make a separate video on this. Like this completely changed my outlook on patch 7.3. This might literally change Final Fantasy 14 like for fucking ever. Like this is the most insane shit that they have done in years. This is completely like if they how to say it? Sorry, I'm actually, like, really excited about this. Like, no bullshit. Like, this isn't fake. Like, holy shit. Like, it's not just stats, it's mechanics, too. Imagine applying this offering system to dungeons, for example. This is giving me World of Warcraft Mythic Plus difficulty, but in a weirder, more fine-tuned way, and I'm fucking loving this. Like, imagine if you have a dungeon, and then you have certain offerings for that dungeon where you could, say, choose what affix for the dungeon you want, and, like, twist and turn the dungeon, like, all these individual knobs, because that's basically what these offerings are, is you're turning individual knobs, and that'll change like the mechanics even of like this boss, and like what the fuck, like holy shit, this is what I've been asking for. Like this is amazing. Like how ambiguous is the word midcore? Anyone who's been playing this game for any amount of time knows how fucking ambiguous the word midcore is, and it is by its very nature a fluctuating difficulty point, having different offerings where you can be like, hey, well this might feel too HP spongy for our group as we're like learning, so we want to have a little less HP. Well, you get to choose if you want to do that. And so the system is just I know this is a summary video, but I need to fangirl less. This is, I don't think anyone who's newer to 14, who hasn't been like a veteran player, realizes just how game warping this is. And if they start applying this to different things like dungeons, this could shake up the game for fucking ever. Like this is actually a huge deal. Like this is crazy. This is way crazier than chaotic lance rates or anything else. This is literally in your hands. You get to choose the difficulty and the mechanics you face. This is fucking so out of... I did not expect this.